It was exactly 2 o'clock in the morning when the quiet of my bedroom was broken by a small sound. My phone, sitting on the nightstand, made that little buzzing noise that usually means a message or a news update. But this wasn't a text from a friend or a late-night email from work. It was a special notice from the small camera we have sitting right above our front door. My heart didn't start racing fast. It just felt like it stopped for a second, like a clock that suddenly ran out of batteries. I picked up the phone and watched the screen as our front door opened very quietly. In that very second, looking at the grainy video, I knew deep down in my gut that my marriage was finally over. I stayed upstairs for a little while, not making a single sound. I didn't jump out of bed or run down the stairs to start a big shouting match. I just sat there in the dark, watching the glowing screen of my phone. There she was on the screen, walking into the house. She stopped for a moment to fix her hair in the mirror by the door. She was smiling. It wasn't the kind of smile you have when you're tired after a long day, or the nervous smile of someone who feels guilty. It was the big, bright smile of someone who had just won a grand prize affair. What she said next would change the rest of my life forever. She didn't look like she felt bad at all for coming home so late. She didn't even look like she was sleepy. She looked completely happy and proud of herself. When she finally walked into the living room and saw me sitting there in the dark, she didn't jump or act scared. She wasn't surprised to see me at all. Instead, she let out a soft little laugh, almost like she was amused, and said, "Why are you still awake?" She said it in a way that made it feel like I was the one doing something wrong, just by sitting in my own home at night. I looked at her, feeling a strange calmness, and asked her the simplest question I could think of, "Where have you been?" She didn't even stop to think. She tossed her purse onto the soft cushions of the couch, kicked her high heels across the floor, and said words that I will never be able to forget as long as I live. "I got what I wanted tonight," she said. There was no "I am sorry," and no made-up story about being stuck in traffic or a car breaking down. There was just pure pride in her voice. Hashtag the signs I tried to ignore. For a long time before this night, I had felt her pulling away from me, like a rope slowly slipping through my fingers. It started many months ago with those late nights that didn't really make sense. She always kept her phone face down on the table when we were eating, and I would catch her smiling at messages that she never told me about. Whenever I tried to be brave and ask her what was going on, or if we were still okay as a couple, she would flip the situation on me. She called me insecure, which is just a fancy way of saying she thought I was worried for no reason. She told me I was being controlling or dramatic because I loved her with all my heart. I wanted so badly to believe she was telling the truth. I trusted her with everything I had, or at least I tried my very best to.